weapons. And the cannon is unmanned, but the team have rallied. They ran off, but the Scorpion's ready to take them on. The Swarm will be ready to charge the Spearmen as well on the flank in future turns. So next photo, the Swordsmen have actually cleaned up shockingly cleaned up the chariots, and the other chariot units have crumbled, which is terrible. Steam tanks bashed into the unit of Tomb Guard, massacred them down to about 4 guys. But the perk is that the Destroyer of Eternities is my counter to the Steam Tank, because hits automatically, so you don't have to use the special attack unless you're smiting with it. And you get 4 attacks, strength 7, 3s to wound, and that saves on 5+. 1+ turns into 5+ due to the strength 7. And that's how I managed to really wither down the Steam Tank and solve it. Now, I've given my Tomb Gun unit the Banner of the Undying Legion instead of the Icon Arakath. Again, just trying to get bonus points, brownie points with the judges for tournaments for that. And Icon Arakath is probably better, but in this case, I've used that banner to actually start raising my dudes back, so we'll see what happens after that. Over in the background, the Scorpion charges the Archer detachment and is going to overrun into the... both Wizards there, actually, is going to be fantastic, as well as another Scorpion showing up back. This is the Scorpion on the left here is the one that burrowed underneath the ground, and Archer's in a big long line shooting at everything. Casket's still alive, the Hierophant's still in the forest using his incantations. Next picture, the Scorpion's just getting in position to charge this small block of Halberdiers here. We've got the cannon crew trying to get back into the action, and the Spearmen, of course, are heavily depleted, but they've beaten off the Prince, which was shocking. I'm going to have to do something about that in future. I've got a couple of ideas about how I could improve that situation, but it didn't quite work. All the figures at the top of the photo there are just casualties been removed. In the foreground here, you can see the Scorpion charging into the archers, about to overrun, and the Greatsword's pretty much doing nothing in the middle of the field there. But I've managed to take out the Steam Tank at this point, which is crucial. Next picture, excuse me. So the Scorpion wipes out the Halberdiers and gets in a position to charge the lone mage, who's being represented by an engineer model there next turn, and the other Scorpions charge in to assassinate his other mage. So definitely going to kill his mages finally, and really get them out of the way. I think one of them was Law of Light, the other one was Law of Fire or something like that. Love this photo. So the Steam Tank, this is the last ditch effort for the Steam Tank. It's been heavily injured, and I eventually do take it out in close combat. You can see that the Tomb King's weapon is sort of lowered down because it's broken off, and I've got it attached with a bit of blue tack. I might actually put some modeling putty there and glue it that way, because I kind of like the way he's posed like that. Rather than holding it up in the air, he's just sort of casually holding it down next to the ground while he's pointing at the enemy with his left hand. And I used some magic to bring these Tomb Guard back. Spent a lot of time painting these Tomb Guard over the last week. I've got a lot of highlighting to do, but they're starting to look good. I've got some shields I'm going to need to put some shields on some of them. They're not all done yet, but generally going well. And next photo, the heavy horsemen, there's 3 of them left in the foreground. They're going to charge the cannon crew. In the meantime, he's turned his greatswords around so he can charge my Scorpion up on the hill. And that's pretty much how the game is shaping up. We're very close to finishing the game here. The swordsmen move through, but they can't charge the archers because they're too afraid of them, fear test and so forth. Well, actually, no, they marched in and then are reformed. Let's have a look at what happens next. Here's the Arch-Lector with the greatswords. Charge the Scorpion, easily destroy it. No problems there. Great photo too. I should be taking more of these close-up pictures though. They're really effective. And this is where you can see what's going on in the battles. So you can see the Tomb Guard unit, which have bolstered their numbers significantly thanks to the banner. The heavy horsemen in the background have chased away the cannon crew, which failed the fear test, and they ran. The Scorpions in the background fighting, and the archers have reformed into a block so they can take on the swordsmen. And here they are taking on the swordsmen, so get a picture. What actually happened here is that I didn't beat the swordsmen in combat. I was hoping to maybe scare them away, but I ended up being beaten down to about 50% unit strength. Now, you might say that was a mistake, but I couldn't really have avoided the swordsmen either way, so I just thought I'd go for it, try and charge, try and get a couple of kills, try and beat them on fear, but didn't quite manage it, and it would have been really lucky if I had. Final photo here, I think this is the last photo, and you can just see what's happened. The far background, the Scorpions have been taken out, and that leaves him with a table quarter at the top left. I've got the bottom right table quarter. Top right is contested, bottom left is contested. We added up the points, and wow, it felt like a close game. It looked like a close game, and it did turn out to be a draw. I won by about 200 victory points. And in gaming terms and in tournament terms, when you're playing a 22-50 point game as we were, that's counted as a draw. So really enjoyed this game. Really a great game that just went right to the bitter end. And as you can see, that the Hierophants moved over to join the casket so he can cast an incantation on the Tomb Guard to bolster their numbers. But that's it. Really looking forward to playing Empire again. This is my second game against Empire. The first game didn't really count too much because it was just against a dude who was filling a very fluffy army just to show me the ropes. But yeah, so that's it. So look out for my next report coming soon against the next Empire player, which was done on the same day. Bringing that to you shortly.